and share the screen. Okay. Everybody see everything okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I got a new neighbor here, right outside my kitchen window. I got a
Awesome.
hummingbird building a nest.
Cool.
And she's building it on the wires that are hanging out of a receptacle where I was going to put a ceiling light in that we haven't found an appropriate one to buy and put in yet. Anyway, I thought I'd show this to you guys.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, there's
Well,
actually
that's
two of them.
better. That's better than any ceiling light, that's for sure.
Yeah, here. That's
Oh,
she's building it away.
You know, they use spider webs to line their nests.
Yeah, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so is this live, Sandy?
No, this I just recorded this morning.
Okay. No, that's amazing.
Yeah. Actually, this is the first time I've used the R5 in motion video. So I do a little bit of reading up, but and this is just in HD quality, I think.
You'd watch that all day.
Yeah, she's doing this on and off all day. But didn't mind me being there at all. I actually went over to one of the windows that I could open and set up everything, and then I slowly opened it, and she didn't even seem to mind. So I was actually shooting direct through the glass doorway instead of through the glass.
That's
She's
amazing.
mono-minded at this point. She's got one thing on her mind.
I'd say. Yeah. So
What quality of video is that?
that's high def. Just
Okay,
the lowest setting. Yeah, I just thought I'd try it there. I think eventually I'll try and do some 4K. I don't think it warrants 8K. I don't really have any,
I tried some 8K just to see what it looked like. And it actually turned out pretty good. I could take individual stills out of that, and it was quite good.
yeah, see, I've heard that. I don't have an express card yet, so I'm still on SD, so I'm probably 4K is going to be my limit for now, but yeah, I got to get an express card one of these days. And then we'll see how it goes. Okay, let me get set up here. So put you guys down over here. And I guess we'll just go right down. So we'll start with you, Al Crawford.
That is a walk in a park at Round Rock, Texas. And I just kind of like the view. The pillars are the remnants of a railroad bridge that goes over a river that's to the left.
Draws your eye in.
Sure doesn't look like any Texas I've ever seen.
It is. I don't care.
Yeah. It looks almost Oriental or Mayan with those pillars, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Like
composition
Stella's.
is beautiful.
Yeah, like Stella's or something.
Yeah. Is that your sky or did you replace it?
That is the sky that was there.
Wow.
Nice.
I did darken it a bit.
Mhm.
This was all done in Lightroom,
Hmm.
and I selected the sky and darkened it just a bit.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Maybe added some contrast. I don't remember. And but other than that, it's almost a straight shot. It's not cropped at all. That's my wife on the left and her niece on the right.
Oh.
So that's a little, but I thought I have that same picture without any people in it, but I thought they added to it quite a bit.
Mhm.
That gives you some scale.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nice.
There's a date on the bridge, 1914, I think it is.
Wow.
Hmm.
Hmm,
Hmm.
Interesting. Did you have to do any correction on those pillars in Lightroom, or
No,
so you're pretty straight on to them?
yeah,
Nice. Okay.
this is a before. So I haven't done anything to this particular picture, but the hawk in it, I think it was worth it. This was with, you'll be interested in this, Sandy. This was the R5 with the 24 to 240 lens.
Hmm,
And I was able to crop in that much. This is, as you notice, I gave you the original. That is not the original sky. I added a sky. For those of you who aren't aware, the latest version of Photoshop has an improved sky replacement tool.
Hmm.
And the main thing about the improvement is the edges. And there's an extra slider that's come with it that is edge. It's called edge lighting, I think it is. And but it did a pretty good job of replacing the sky around the branches and the leaves.
yeah.
Now, did you do it in Lightroom or did you
No,
do it
the
in
sky
Photoshop?
replacement is in Photoshop.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Now,
only-
now there is an excellent sky replacement also in Luminar, but
Yeah.
I used the one in Photoshop
yeah.
for this one.
Yeah. The only thing I'm seeing is it read the whites and
yeah.
the feathers as part of the sky, but that's easy enough to fix because they give
Yeah,
you
I
masks.
hadn't really particularly noticed that, but it did do that, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's an easy fix because you get masks with every layer it creates when it makes the sky replacement. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's easy enough to take care of. That's interesting because it managed to get through everything else really nicely. Although I've noticed that sometimes in Neo too.
Hmm.
You know, it's a little more difficult in Neo though, because then you have to bring it back and do a before layer in Photoshop and pull it back.
the bird was backlit, and because of that, I had to lighten it quite a little bit. And when I lightened it, there was a leaf in front of his, just behind his head that turned yellow on me, and I forgot to correct that.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But it kind of
was-
draws your eye to the bird's head,
Yeah, it does.
you know? I think it's a good thing.
Tone it down a
Okay.
little bit. Maybe not all the way down to the other one, but you can probably take it down a bit.
Mm.
Yeah.
But when I cropped it, the crop version was about 1,700 pixels on the long edge.
Ah.
Okay.
And what I sent you was 5,000 pixels on the long edge. So this was quite enlarged
Mhm.
from the original.
Yeah.
I think that says something about both the camera and the lens.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed routinely I've been using that enhance feature where you double the size after you crop it. And it takes it up really nicely. And you can even go into Photoshop and make it even a little more without any trouble. I mean, back in the old days, if you went over 120, 150%, things fell apart pretty quickly. But now they
Yeah, but this is about 2.5 times. It's about 2.5 times enlarged
yeah, it's pretty amazing.
from the file, and I think that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I agree.
but it held the sharpness
Mhm.
pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. Not bad at all.
Yeah, and when you
Right.
enlarge it again, like you just did, it's
Mhm.
going from 2.5 times to 5 times.
Right. Yeah.
So you're pushing that thing up crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, where is this?
Yeah, that's my background picture. That's in Big Bend.
Oh,
And that's the Rio Grande River,
oh,
3 or 4 weeks ago. Those people are on the Mexican side, and it was a short distance to walk. And in fact, I was going to walk across. It wasn't that far. It wouldn't have been that deep. Except when I saw them walk back, I said, I ain't going to do this because they sunk in. I told Sandy about their knees. It wasn't quite that far, but it was really deep in mud. And I didn't want to lose my shoes.
Yeah.
Could be quicksand too.
Oh, this is the other canyon then on the other end. Yeah, when we were there, there was a bunch of Mexicans on horseback going back and forth. And yeah, the horses were like plucking their feet out.
Mhm.
They're getting like stuck in the bottom if they stood too long. Yeah.
But
it doesn't, looks really nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
it is a nice place. I enjoy it. It was pretty hot when we were down there. It was about 95.
Mm.
And so we chose not to take any big hikes.
Yeah.
And this, Sandy was saying how nice the place is, and it really is, but it's a better place for people about 20 or 40 years younger than I am,
Agreed.
because it would be a great place for hiking and things like that.
Mhm.
Wow.
Was this in the park or outside?
That is at Talinga,
Oh, in Talinga. Okay.
Texas, which is just outside the park,
Right.
about 20 miles outside the entrance.
Yeah.
This is at a resort that we didn't stay in, but we went in to see because uh, Charlotte's great niece got married in that resort, and we thought we'd go up and see what it looked like.
Ah,
And that happened to be a door to the clubhouse.
mhm.
And I thought it was really nice. I've cropped it down some to get rid of some of the stuff around it that didn't look very good. But I just thought it was really pretty, and the stonework and the door just kind of go together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about maybe even less stonework?
Now you didn't see this one, I guarantee you, because it's brand new as of about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were there about a year ago, but we were going into some of the more funky areas in Talinga. We didn't go into any of the resorts. Yeah. What do you think with a little less rock on each side?
I like it. You really see the door, the details
Yeah.
on the door better.
Yeah, because I think they were overpowering the doorway a bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your eyes just get caught up in all the nooks and crannies around the rocks.
Yeah. Which I guess isn't a bad thing, but the door, I think, is the main feature.
I tried multiple props on that one, and this is the one I decided I liked the best.
Okay.
All the way from a square frame to just cropping the door itself, and
Mm.
but the rock wall I had to have.
Oh yeah, I mean the difference in textures is nice. I guess just a matter of how much you want.
I lightened up the shadow areas a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the lighting's pretty harsh and contrasty down there.
Yeah,
All right.
Wow.
that is the Rio Grande. That's actually in the Rio Grande State Park, which is west of the national park.
Mhm.
If you drive from Talinga to Presidio, you'll drive actually right along the river. I almost got myself in trouble because I didn't have a pass to go into the state park. Now the road wasn't part of the state park, but I turned off and went into what was part of the state park, and a park ranger caught me. But he wasn't too terribly bad. But the river was really down when we were there. But it was actually the drive we took on that state park was actually we thought it was prettier than what was in the national park along the river.
So you got a little egret there.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a bird down there, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you ever see that?
I didn't.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. Nice, Al. I guess I'll have to stop by this park next time we're down there. It's pretty.
Yeah,
I like all the different ranges there.
Mhm.
yeah, you do. That one turned out really nice because of the layered mountains in the background.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Well, thanks for bringing those in. Okay, Alan.
Oh. So I'm running about a week behind here, but these are shots I took a week ago, and just down at the lake, down at the pond at Canoa Ranch. So this is this white-faced ibis that was there along with the egrets. So
You were back here a week ago?
yep,
Oh, wow.
yeah, back in the heat.
Back in the heat, yeah.
Yeah,
Very nice.
thanks.
I like that V behind his head. It just kind of points right at him, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
I had a really nice shot of one of these up in Calgary. It just taken off, and I should dig that back out and maybe reprocess it because it was.
Yeah. Interesting to see the comparison in the different regions.
Yeah.
Probably very similar.
They're the same. Yeah,
Right? Oh, neat.
hang about.
You need to get that.
Easily. That was somebody calling. It's my granddaughter, my 4-year-old granddaughter calling me. Yeah, keeping an eye on me. Yeah, I just found out today that they're coming down for a week's holiday, so
Oh,
That'll be
nice.
fun.
yeah, should be good. Oh, hang on. There we go. All right, so yeah, so if we could go to the next one, I guess.
Oh, wow.
This is a shot. It took a couple of, it was probably 2 weeks ago now, or close to it. This is not a full moon. I took this shot from the backyard, and with the 600 lens on, and I was pretty happy with it. But it wasn't a full moon, and it looked a little odd, you know, when it was kind of looked a little bit misshapen. So
Mhm.
I tweaked it out back to as close to a circle as I could. to make it look like a full moon. And then the mountains were really black and dark, and I really would like to have seen more detail in them.
Mm.
So this latest version I've got here in front of you is I actually imported some of the mountains from a previous shot to try and give it a little bit better look, I guess.
Mhm.
But I really like the detail on the moon and the colors on the moon.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You remember your shutter speed for the moon?
That'd be, I could find out for you, but I don't have it on the top of my head. No.
Yeah, you can tell it
Probably
wasn't,
not particularly fast. But
yeah, you can tell it wasn't full because you're getting that edging on the craters. It kind of gets flat when it's full.
yeah,
Yeah, I almost
But I just-
prefer it before it's full because you get all that detail.
Mhm.
yeah. I just tweaked that out in Photoshop. Just to,
Mhm.
Did you add the purple color in there?
I didn't add that to it. No, it kind of came out like that. So
Oh,
I probably
It's
enhanced
very,
the saturation on it, which
Mhm.
brought that out, but I didn't color it. So,
it's very moody. I like it.
yeah. And the clouds helped
Mhm.
set it down as well. So
Mhm. Fun.
I had it in a smaller, in its original size. It looked really nice, but when I zoomed in on it like this, I thought, wow, that looks really cool. So that's what I went with.
Yeah.
Like it.
Amazing detail, eh? For
Mhm.
Yeah. Very nice.
thank you.
Ooh,
So yeah, so this was the other day there. It was a few days ago now, I guess. The egrets were down, or the egret was down at the pond, and it took off when I was there, and so I captured this little sequence of them, of it flying away. So I thought I'd just put them all together because I really liked all of the different shots. So
wow. I thought it was three birds.
now the one on the right hand side I had to darken down. I don't think I did a particularly good job of it. But you know, that top wing there was really bright because it's such a big area, and I darkened that a little bit, but I'm sure I did a really good job of it.
You still have these on layers?
Yes, no, I don't. No, I brought them into one image, and then I flattened it actually and darkened the background a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah, good workflow is to keep your working file with all the layers on it in case you want to go back and do other things later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you flatten it, save it as a different name.
Okay.
It gives you the ability to go back. Because yeah, once you flatten it, and if you close it, that's it.
That's gone.
Yeah, you can't get back.
I know I could do this again if I needed to, but yeah.
Yeah, or just in the future. I'm just seeing a few things like between the legs here. You need to mask that out a little bit. And I'm almost thinking that this tangent, maybe you could have either pulled this bird down or this one up a little bit, but keep
Okay.
in mind that they don't overlap or get weird here.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just a little bit in the
I
mask.
have to be honest, I really didn't spend a whole lot of time positioning them. And I just kind of threw them in there. I thought, well, I was reasonably happy with how it
Oops, sorry
turned out.
about that. Hit my mouse. Yeah, I think it's a good attempt. It just could get tweaked a little more, but if you don't have it, it's not worth your time to go back and rebuild it. Just keep
Right.
in mind next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, just keep an eye on tangents like this line and this line. And then,
You got one up at the top too.
yeah, and then you got this little white reed in the background that probably can
Right.
go away too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could go in and clone that stuff out if
Yeah.
if you really wanted to, but you're not going to be able to move it.
No.
I suppose you could you could fill this out a little bit here with the bird behind, just to
Okay.
get that tangent away. So there's ways to take care of it if it was a single image, just be easier if it wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see these tangent points that you were talking about, actually.
Yeah,
Notice them.
yeah.
Interesting. But I love the wings and the color of the wings, they're just a kind
Yeah.
of bluish color there.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I think, well, you can see almost like the refractions of the water coming up in this one. And
Mhm.
I guess the blue from the sky is behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, I tinted that water a little bit down in the right there because it was pretty black looking. So I kind of put a little blue in there just to lighten that up a bit.
Mhm. Yeah, that helps a lot.
And then I darkened the background so that they popped off a little bit more as well. So
Yeah, that's a good call.
yeah. Now I'm sure there's another shot in there between the middle one and the right hand one because there's quite a gap there. I think there's at least one more shot.
Oh, yeah, and
And I
then
might,
a bigger background.
yeah, I might go back and redo that. Like I said, I did this fairly quick, but
Mhm.
yeah,
But yeah, it's a nice idea.
thanks. It gives it a little bit more something, right? I mean, the birds can easily stand in one image on its own, but when you put them together like that, I think it just adds a little bit more
Yeah.
dimension to them.
Yeah, it adds some energy to it.
I like this motion you're getting here a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe you could kind of cheat that in here and there on these too,
Okay.
to maybe with a little motion blur or even a smear brush,
Just to blur them out a little bit.
yeah, just
Mhm.
make sure your history's active in case you don't like it, or at least you can undo it.
That's pretty, yeah. The camera seemed to retain the focus right on the bird's head the whole time, so I was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
Mhm.
happy with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, I was surprised in that video I showed you, I used the eye tracking.
Yes,
And it kept it pretty well. I was very surprised. I thought it was going to go in and out, but it did a pretty good job.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing the autofocus variations now. They really hang in there. Okay, let's look at this next one. Wow.
Yeah, well, this guy was beside the egret and it took right off. I had no idea what it was. So he or she is flying quite a ways off and I just got it in flight. But I was really quite impressed with the coloring on its wings. So I'm led to believe that this is a green heron.
Hmm.
I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it points out to be. So
Is it a pretty big bird?
and no, but I would say it was about 14 or about half the size of the egret, possibly.
Yeah,
Oh.
egrets are pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say about maybe 15 inches. 14
Wow.
inches.
Nice.
I changed the sky a little bit just to give them something
Was
other
it
pure blue.
was it a correction or a replacement?
It's a replacement.
Yeah, I'm seeing it come through here too.
Okay.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Now, this is in Neo or Photoshop?
This one was in Photoshop. Yeah.
Yeah, so in that, oops, keep tapping on my mouse the wrong way. Just go back in the mask and put that back and you should be good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Because when it makes the sky, it makes all these masks along with the
Yes. Yeah.
adjustments in the images. So you can just go in there and tweak them from there.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
That's what I'm saying. I'm running a week late here. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's well, that's obviously down at Canoa Pond as well, just as the moon came over, the full moon came over over the mountains. So
Mhm. It almost looks like a sunset, except we know different from living here.
yeah,
Interesting.
nice shades of blue, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. And the blue flowers in the foreground.
Yeah, that was
Really nice.
that was a bit of a bonus, actually, wasn't it? The blue flowers and the blue
Yeah.
sky and the blue water.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I like what's going on down here too.
yes, yeah.
It's really neat. Nice.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, go to Jim Murphy.
So I didn't do a whole lot this week, so I jumped into my archives and pulled this one up. There's a couple hand painted fans in a little shop in Havana, Cuba. I did end up buying the red one, which I still have. So
Nice.
yeah, I noticed on that, I didn't mess with it, but I noticed there's a little reflection on the black part. I could go in there, I suppose, and change the black part of the red fan. There's some light reflecting in there, kind of with a different color a little bit. But I just left it.
I think it makes it more interesting.
Yeah, I think it's. You're talking about here?
Nope, down on the black, on the left, yeah, over to the left side of the black there where the lights
Oh, I see.
in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I just thought maybe it had different types of colors
Yeah.
here.
I think
Yeah.
it's just there's some light hitting it somehow there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like these folds.
Mhm.
You know, it really works nicely. Interesting. So what's this dark area behind this? Is this like a substrate that it's on, or?
I know, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's on a piece of cloth or something to hold it together. I don't
I don't remember.
know. I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't buy that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I wonder if a little gradient, up here would help.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, just go that.
You'd be kind of a circular gradient to echo the two fan shapes.
Oh,
Yeah, that could work too, like a radial.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't use radio much, but let's see what that might do. Good thought. Okay, so we go over here to our masks and try radio. See if we can get this shape the way we want it. Maybe something like that. Yeah. Yeah, maybe something like right there. I'll have to play with it to see which way it's going. Now you got to invert it. Try to remember where you do that.
There's some three dots somewhere there.
There it is. Let's see if that works. Yeah. That could be cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, a lot more dramatic.
A little more depth.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe bring some of the whites back up. Take the
Mhm.
blacks down.
Yeah, the whites really pop now.
Yeah, and the pleats, the folds, give it a little more depth.
Yeah.
As well, too.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. That could work. So you got a before and after.
Yeah, that's a definite improvement.
Okay. Ready?
Mhm.
This is archival. This is like from 5 years ago. She was just she was a singer on stage.
Mhm.
So, and I don't remember exactly what I did, but obviously I turned it into a kind of toned it, it's black and white, and then soft. You can tell I softened it up some. So, other than that, I don't really. For 5 years ago, I don't remember what I did.
Yeah.
A lovely portrait. Yeah, you probably don't, was it backlit like that, or did you change the background?
She was in the, I believe that she was under the shade, and that the background was much brighter.
Mhm.
She was kind of in the shade. I think there was an overhead shade.
I like the white background.
So she's kind of got indirect lighting, which is
Mhm.
also kind of soft too.
Mhm.
I don't know if those spots in her glasses, maybe I should take those out.
Well, kind of adds to the fact that she's on stage almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that bothers me so much. I'm just wondering if it wants to say soft or if it needs a little more punch. Do you use any of the Nick software or?
I probably did, yes.
Yeah.
At that time, I was using Nick a lot.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we could go a little more in either Nick or Photoshop. But, well, let's open in Photoshop. We'll just export it to Nick rather than me looking for it. All right, so just gonna look at
A lot of times I have to wait a while for them to move away from the microphone. I don't always like the microphone right in the,
Mhm.
sometimes the microphone's cool in the picture, but a lot of times it's just kind of annoying.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There we go, silver effects. Okay. Just kind of looking through these, I'm thinking it might be too much.
Mhm.
Dynamic possibly. Yeah. A lot of times I'll just start normal and just see if I want to pull the highlights down a little bit, bring up the midtones, and then take the shadows down. And that alone usually gets it
Mhm.
pretty far.
It contoured her face.
Yeah, exactly. Get some shape back. And then you can decide if you want to amplify the whites a little bit, just to bring it back up again. And
Mhm.
then structure, since it's a woman, I don't know if I want to bring up any facial
Mhm.
structure. See, that's
Bring up her
gonna start-
flaws.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe even just pulling those down a little bit, kind of give her that dreamy look. And same with the highlights. And just leave the rest of that alone. And that might almost be enough. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very subtle, but it makes a
Yeah.
dramatic difference.
Does
Doesn't
make a
need much.
difference.
Mhm. Her
Hmm.
cheekbones really stand out now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll kill that. Okay. Ah,
Yeah, I shot
Gotcha.
I shot this guy last week. I've seen these spiny lizards before, but usually they don't have the turquoise on the chin. So I'm assuming that's kind of some kind of mating thing going on with
yeah.
the colors there.
Yeah, look at golden up here. Yeah, unfortunately, last time I saw one like that, we were having breakfast and drinking our coffee and looking at them and saying how pretty the lizard looked, and then all of a sudden, Roadrunner came down and grabbed it, and there was just a tail wiggling. That was all that was left.
Oh, gee.
I was so ticked at him. Yeah, those Roadrunners are fast. He just
They
came
like the
in.
lizards.
Oh, yeah.
This was a major crop because I had the whole lizard, and because of the depth of field and everything, I moved around to his side so I could get everything
Yeah.
in focus. And then I ended up, I wanted to focus in more on the turquoise
Yeah.
part of the picture instead of the whole
That's-
thing. So it's a super huge crop on it.
Yeah.
It's a nice shot, James. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about having the rest of this?
I went back and forth on that a bunch of times, and I couldn't make up my mind, and I finally stuck with that one. So I did That was something that I was kind of, yeah, back and forth on.
Yeah. I
With
could
the
see
crop
that.
on that side particularly.
Mm.
Right. And then.
I ended up with that one because there's kind of this light, I'm pointing with my finger like you could see it. There's those light spines that kind of curve, and that's one of the reasons I went with that one. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, yeah.
But you could make a case for bringing in more.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard call. I'd probably darken the background up because
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah,
some
let's see.
separation, yeah. Now, I haven't tried select background in Camera Raw. I'm curious if it'll even find it on this one. Yeah,
Probably just do select subject and invert and then darken.
yeah, exactly. Well, not bad.
Not too
Yeah,
bad.
just
That would
add to it.
probably even work because the part that is leaving out is black. so-
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, but I just don't. Yeah, we can just take that out for the hell of it. But you know what? I'm not going to do that because I want to invert it first. Last time I tried doing it after I painted, it got really.
And
weird.
that, you know, there's a problem there. I've run into that.
Yeah,
several
yeah.
times. Yeah.
If you're
there's a
gonna
problem.
invert it before you add or subtract to it.
That's
Otherwise
right.
it gets real weird.
Yes.
And then now we'll subtract with a brush. Yeah, and then you can just, grab what you don't want. And
Just take exposure down.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
it doesn't need much.
No.
Yeah, that definitely pops a lot more.
Hmm.
Mhm. And then you can modify it even more by using gradations, so you can, do a linear grad like this way. Whoops, did I pick it? No, I guess didn't make it. Do a little linear grad here. Kind of even take it down a little more. You can feather that down if you want.
Yeah, I'd probably go back and lighten the iris a little bit too.
Mhm. And then, you could take another one and just kind of run it up this way. Oh, keep forgetting to select what I'm doing here. Yeah, do the same thing. Gonna pull that up in there a little bit. There we go.
I think his eye shows up even better now.
Mhm. Yeah, so you got. Now, let me go back. There we go. So just make a little snapshot there and you just go
Mhm.
before and after.
Yeah,
You
it
guys,
separates it out from the background better.
Yeah.
you guys
the
familiar with
colors.
the history panel? It's a good thing to have. There's a couple of things in here. You've got the snapshot thing, which basically will take whatever your last state was. So I made a snapshot here, which is this one. And then you've got the before, as you brought it in, before you did anything. And then if you like do something to it, like let's say maybe I'm just gonna, not that I'd ever do that, but so you got something in there. So those are two brush strokes there. You see how the history keeps adding it.
Mhm.
You can either back them out that way, or you can continue. You can go get this little restore brush, or go back to whatever point you want. So since we're snapshot 2 is where we liked it better, we can take that restore area to here. So when we go to the history brush here, which is this guy, and you can selectively paint out the areas you don't want. So say maybe you just wanted it in the background.
Mm.
You can use that it's almost like blending with a mask
Mhm.
back and forth, but you're just doing it with history.
Oh,
Yeah. So here I'll take a snapshot again. So now I've got the beginning, that darker background, and then the state we're at now.
hmm.
So something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I never use that, so it's a good tool though.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. So, all right. Yeah, that was real handy before we had good masking or any masking way back when. All right.
Ooh,
Background.
fabulous.
Yeah, that's so I didn't quite get the exposure right on this bird because he was flying and I just saw him and I like, oh, and I
Yeah.
kind of shot it. So the underwing detail isn't as good as it, could have been had I put a little exposure compensation in it, but I just didn't have time. And then just for fun, I put this silly kind of a Van Gogh
Sky.
background in there, just
Yeah.
to do something different.
Yeah, I like it.
Good.
I almost don't mind, maybe you could just put a little hint of detail in there, but I kind of like the negative space. It's
Okay,
more
yeah,
graphic.
when I, there's a lot of noise in there, so
Yeah,
when I go to open it up with shadow slider or exposure, whatever, then
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can
there's
even
a
see
ton
it
of
up here.
noise in there.
Yeah, you can even see it up here. So it was a pretty quick shot, ISO wise. But
Yeah.
yeah, I suppose you could just do something simple like just, take a brush, get up there, make a new layer, grab a brush, and it's a little bigger than that. Maybe about there. Let's see. Yeah, I'd make it fairly soft. Okay. And just kind of, oops, that's not the color I want. That's a need to be ugly for that. There we go. Just get white, maybe make it a little drier. Yeah, so like that. All right. And I'm going to go about 20% on. I'm just going to kind of rough it in here and then see which blend mode works. Yeah, maybe overlay or soft light. I don't know. Not enough. No, I think it's just going to want to have to get opacity taken down. But you're going to just kind of do it, something like that. Then I just get a mask and shape it the way you want it, take it off the cloth. Might help if I'm in black. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just a little hint, something that you think there's a little separation going on there.
Mm,
And you could start pulling it up a little bit. Yeah, maybe about there. You could do the same thing, you could wisp some down for the
Right.
feathers and so on.
I like the wing pattern essentially.
Yeah, you can do the same kind of thing where you just kind of bring these down and then, do the same kind of thing. Just stick the opacity way down. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to put a hint in there, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that could be enough to get rid of all that blocked up area. There you go. Anyway,
Yeah.
with a little more work, it'll look nice.
So one thought, Sandy, if you film the hummingbird again, I think that'd look awesome if you did it in slow motion because it's such a quick moving bird.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Ooh,
I was thinking about that, and it's weird because You know, I don't think it matters where you set your shutter speed. You have to actually pick it in the speed of the frames per second.
Yes.
Yeah, because I had it at like a 30th and 16 for metering. But yeah, I was shooting at 29.97, you know, almost 30 frames. So yeah, I know they make like 128 frames, I think, on that camera.
Right.
Yeah. But I guess it takes off the sound, but I turned the sound off anyway because it was just nothing but a lot of noise around the area. So yeah, that's a thought. I'm going to be shooting it, I guess, as it keeps going through and
Right.
having,
That'd be fun project.
yeah, having the eggs and the little hatchlings and everything else. So it should be interesting. I'm just amazed because it's only about maybe 18 inches from our kitchen window, and maybe about 5 feet from our door to get out to the patio. So it's just right there.
You're a lucky guy.
Yeah, I guess. I was amazed when I saw her start building. I was like, really, right there? Okay. 'Cause I know all the house wrens usually try and get in under, you know, all the rafters. They're always around, but and the doves, but I've not seen a hummingbird yet. So it was pretty cool. Well, those are nice. I really like this background and the way it plays off the orange there on his wings. It's pretty cool.
I like the top of that, the top wing and that shot there, actually. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
The way it flows out, yeah.
Looks really nice there.
It's kind of stealth the way it's kind of,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, fun. Okay, Maureen.
So this one was from last week. Click on the second one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You
Okay.
change
And
it.
that was all green. So I went back in as you suggested and masked off the green.
Mhm.
And for where the bougainvillea was, but I left the purple in the leaves.
Mhm.
And I think I like it a lot better. That green was
And you
really
still
jarring.
kept some green there, yeah.
I did because those are leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
no,
did-
That
I
works
did.
out nicely.
yeah, I did keep a little bit in there. And thank you for the suggestion and the square crop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like the square crop a lot better.
Mhm.
I really like the color of that little seat down at the bottom left there.
Yeah, that little,
Yeah.
almost a turquoisey color. And this initially, I didn't bring the one initially, but the building actually is blue.
Mm.
And I just played around with the hue to
Mm.
change the colors because I wanted to see what I could do.
Yeah. Very nice. And I'm
Then,
liking the reflections in here better too.
yeah, and you see the little Virgin Mary there in the window
Yeah,
and the Christmas tinsel.
right.
Yeah, kind of a lot of things going on in that one.
Right.
Yeah, I think the next one is the original. Yeah, that's the original shot. I really like that door.
Oh, yeah.
I like the color combination too with the green.
Yeah, and I cropped all that out.
I mean, just in general.
Yeah, I did 2 different versions. So
Yeah.
one is like a straight version, this one.
Mhm.
And again, a square crop. Mostly what I did is darken the foreground in that one.
Mhm.
And I did put a little gradient on the left side so you could see a little bit of the design there in that window covering. And I think that's about
You're
all.
talking about over here.
Yeah. Mhm.
Our right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
And the other one I ran through a filter in topaz. So I have 2 different versions of it here. So this one actually went into topaz, and I brought out more of the grid over that window,
Mhm.
and it kind of changed the colors a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure which one I like the best because they're kind of really different.
I prefer your first one, but that little white line going across the top of the window kind of draws your eye a little bit.
Okay.
You see that bit?
Mhm.
I've just at the top of the window.
right? It's kind of a,
Yeah.
little light area. There's probably, it could be inside the room or it could be the top of the window. I don't know. The door.
Yeah, hard to say. You know,
Yeah.
you could ghost some of this texture stuff in this area here and open this window up a little bit. It's kind of nice. You can see inside the room there a bit. Oh,
Mhm.
I've got that feeder. I just noticed that when it
Oh, the
opened.
hummingbird feeder. Yeah. I left
Yeah.
it there because to me it was
Yeah.
part of the,
Oh yeah, no, it's fun.
shows
Yeah.
the
But I'm thinking,
honors.
I like what's going on here, but
Uh-huh.
I don't necessarily like what's going on in the rest of it. So maybe what you can do is just, go
Block that out.
just go some of that in, here, just leave the rest of it.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty skinny door, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's very skinny and I don't know if it's a front door or if it's it looks like a front. No, that one is because some of them are garden doors. So maybe that really is the front door, but yes, very, very skinny, tall and skinny.
Looks
Okay.
awesome.
so what we're gonna do is basically, if we go over on this one, take the layer, hold down your shift key, it should put it right on top. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna, so you hold your shift key and drag it over. There we go. So now we got two layers here. You got this one and the.
Okay, you got both of them together. Okay.
Yeah, okay, and then you just make a mask. And I'm going to hold down the option key so that it inverts it,
Mhm.
or Alt key on the PC, and then just grab
And
your
just
brush.
paint it in. Yeah.
Yeah, and just paint it in. So, we can just, let's get white. It'll bring it in where you want it.
Yeah. In Topaz, I ran it through AI and precision contrast
Mhm.
before I put the filter on it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I like that better.
that might be enough. I don't know if it works over here. I don't think so.
It's too orangey over there.
Yeah, yeah. So, that maybe darken the sidewalk up a bit.
I darkened it twice.
Yeah, a
Um,
little more.
okay.
So then you can take this and flatten it. Okay. And then we can go into filter camera. Oh, there it is. Okay. Nope, I don't want to do that. It's basically like using a filter that where you had it set before rather than going down to get it. So be warned about that. If you grab it at the top, it'll give you the same results from the previous time you used it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, so just go down and actually get it. So let's do a linear gradient, but we're just gonna barely, I'm gonna hold the shift key down too. We're just gonna barely get enough on that, and then we're gonna move it up. Let's get back here. All right, then we're gonna, where do I move it here? No, there it is. Okay. I move it to there, and I'm gonna, the further out you go, the easier it is to move. You see when I'm in
Yeah.
here, it's like, yeah, it's a little easier to do it that way. That way you just have a little fall off there, and then you can just take it down quite a bit. Now, when I take it down, it gets kind of dingy.
It's muddy. Yeah. Are you gonna add a little color in?
So see
Mm-hmm.
temperature.
Add a little warmth into it.
Yeah, add a little warmth and maybe even a little red. And I'm thinking maybe I might want to just do highlights instead. And not so much exposure.
Oh, then it won't get as dingy.
Nah, not as quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can probably back these off a little bit.
Yeah, I had trouble with that being the same color as the rock wall there, and I like the texture and the color in the rock wall. And so I played around with a couple different gradients and then masked some of it off of the rock wall.
Mhm. You could even take it up a little bit here too.
Yeah, it is a little bright in there, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah.
Oh, the tile on the steps just pops now.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Mhm.
And yet you took it darker.
Yeah.
You would think it would have the opposite effect.
This might be a hair dark now, but
Yeah.
yeah, you can go back and tweak it out a little bit if you want.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a
You
great,
know, on that one,
really nice image.
Yeah.
I like that picture, but that, I'm not real fond of that bright white lamp up above.
Yeah.
Oh, take it down a little
Yeah,
bit.
you can take that down too. Now
Mm.
you can, now, see in the history, here's your flattened image. There's
Mhm.
where you did your camera off. You go back here and you want to lighten it a little. You bring your brush, your history brush to here. You get your brush, make a nice big one. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks about right. Maybe take it down to about 20% or even 10%, and then just kind of whisk it back and forth until you like it. Oops, that doesn't have anything to do with it. It's not a mask, but yeah, you can bring this back.
Yeah,
up.
now the rocks are coming out a little bit more.
Yeah, so basically we were, yeah.
And then probably if I
we were
took the
here. Yeah.
highlights down, that lamp shade
Yeah.
would
Mhm.
get a little darker.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and you can do the same thing, with this, just select it and darken it down with the camera off. Good call, Al. Okay. Oh,
Now Wendell's not here and I was,
yeah, he took off for Bryce.
I know. So I had fun with this. I took this picture on Saturday over by White Stallion Ranch, and
Mhm.
the Palo Verdes there are just about done. So I really pushed the yellows in the HLS
Mhm.
and topaz to try to make them as yellow as I possibly could. And I added some contrast to this and ran AI on it. I changed the sky. And then, oh, and this one slipped. Okay, originally I lined the sky up because I changed the sky under the saguaros too. And now it looks like it's just slipped up a little bit. But I did have the clouds to the right kind of lined up a little. So it looked like it was in the same vicinity.
Mhm.
And I took that saguaro picture many years ago, so.
You know what? You could probably just clone this light spot out and it looks like it's close enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can go back because it's a sky replacement. I can move the sky too, but I can
Yeah.
play around with that. I did have it lined up in one of the many renditions,
Right.
and then I put a shadow on the saguaros to kind of separate it a little bit.
Mhm.
I tried putting a stroke on it. It was just too much,
Right.
and I thought it just kind of made it interesting, and I thought Wendell would get a kick out of it.
You probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then to me, it needed to have a frame because Wendell always puts frames on. So
There you go.
I was channeling Wendell this morning or last night.
There you go.
And then you want to, not that one, but the other one. There we go. So this is the as you're leaving the White Stallion, this is the back of their gate.
Uh-huh.
Can you go in there anytime? Alright.
I can because I know the person who works in the
Okay.
gift shop. She's a personal friend. I think you can if you just go in and check in the office
Okay.
and ask for Carol. I don't know. They've let me because I know people there, but just this part is all accessible.
Okay.
This is just the road in, and it's just some beautiful mountains back up in there. They're short, but really pretty
Mhm.
views and stuff. And you're not even in the resort at all. You're kind of on the dirt road going in.
Mhm.
And then the next one is what I did with it.
Oh, yeah.
So again, I pumped up the yellows. And then this was one of the artistic filters in topaz.
Mhm.
I liked what it did to the sky.
Yeah. I like that kind of grunge texture on the edge too.
Oh, maybe it was a grunge filter. You know, I think it was. You're right. I did work on the contrast on this one because I really like that mountain in the back.
Mhm.
It's looks like just lava.
Yeah.
I would assume that's what it is. It's just really dark and very lots of texture in that particular little mountain or little hill, I guess. I don't know what qualifies for a mountain.
Yeah. I like the way the gate frames it too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then,
And it certainly made the road more interesting too,
isn't it? And you can really see all the different tire tracks.
compared to
Yeah.
the way it was.
Mhm.
Kind of insipid before. Yeah. Nice.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. After seeing all your trips and stuff, I decided to go back and I ended up going back to 2002 to a trip I took in my old RX-7 years ago. And I had one of the earlier Canon, I think one of the first digital ones. What was it? A 30D, I believe. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, D30. I had a 30D at one point too. That was even earlier. I think all those Cuban shots I showed you were on that. But you can see the dimensions on it are smaller than most cell phones now.
Oh yeah.
21
Wow.
1400. But I thought I'd take today's editing tools and see where we could bring it. So this is what I got.
Nice.
So going into Monument Valley,
Mhm.
Yeah.
just Forrest Gump Road, I guess they call it now.
You just hope there's no cars coming.
Yeah. And then,
Oh wow.
I like that. That's nice.
yeah. Actually, it was after a rainstorm, so the ground was hard. So I was able to take the RX-7 even with low clearance and get around the whole park, which was kind of neat. Yeah, I kind of like, I did a bunch of various shots of the mittens from different vantage points instead of just as you come in.
I've never seen that shot or that angle before.
Yeah.
I really like it.
It's really around. Yeah, and I kind of like the way everything stacks up in the back too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that one of the private roads, Sandy, or is that one of the regular?
Well, there are roads you can take, but I would do it with a higher clearance vehicle than what we had. Or, the little sports car. But
Yeah, when we were there were some pretty low cars and they were almost getting stuck.
yeah, for sure. And this, believe it or not, is a mud puddle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's like a lake.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I just got that real low with
Yeah.
this was at 11 to 20 millimeter. It was my widest lens I had on that camera. And I did a sky replacement because it was just kind of, washed out blue time.
And the sky replacement reflected in the water?
It did a little bit, but whoops, keep hitting that mouse. But I ended up just cutting it and flipping it and then ghosting
okay.
a little bit.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice colors.
Yeah.
Really nice.
But the reflection of the monument and the bluff were there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the sunset shot.
Mm.
much lower than up at the visiting center.
That's an amazing place, isn't it? It
It
really is.
is, it is, and it's different every time. It's just outstanding.
I wonder if you could fly an airplane low there.
I don't know. What you
Might
can do is get the heck out of Dodge. It's all Navajo. I don't know if they have their own aviation or not.
have arrows in my plane.
Yeah,
Uh,
or rifle shots.
I'm just thinking I could get some really good aerial shots there.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah,
I guess isn't there a map or something where you can see where no flies?
yeah, I have that. I should look on it. There is an airstrip real close by there. I know.
Yeah, very cool.
You can fly in and walk to the hotel.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Very nice. But I'm amazed to even with that little file size, it's I'm blowing it up on a 5K monitor here, so it's almost 200%. It's still holding up
What
pretty
year
good.
did you shoot this with the 30D?
2002.
2002.
So
It's
20
kind of
years
fun.
ago.
It's fun to go back with your really old
Mhm.
pictures with today's tools and just, you can really improve them.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now this one's newer, and you can see the difference in the detail.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you replace that sky?
No,
It's gorgeous.
no, I just darkened the foreground up a little bit because it was a little too bright. And then
Like a Sphinx.
And then this is in Taos, that church that
Oh,
has been painted many times. I can't remember the name of it. Santos something or Santa Rosa, maybe. I'll have to look it up. But I was just kind of shooting the buttresses around the back and just playing with the sky and the color of the building and just getting shapes, and I thought that was kind of fun.
Now, why did you leave the wires in there?
I don't know. I kind of liked them, but now that I'm looking at them, I may want to take them out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just thought it was another.
I definitely did. I would definitely want those out of there.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good call. I think I'll work on that. That's another angle.
Nice.
And I believe I had a polarizing filter on this when I shot it.
Oh,
So the
it's
sky,
a dark
getting
sky.
that deep sky. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the angle.
Yeah, I was playing with the angles a lot back in those days, where I'd take a nice upright one and then I'd take some angle shots just to play with it. Thanks.
Is this the same church that Ansel Adams shot?
Yeah, and oh, what's her name? Painted it quite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
George O'Keeffe.
O'Keeffe, yeah. Yeah. In fact, he probably shot it when he went up to Abiquiu to shoot her portrait.
Yeah.
I think it's time for another visit there. I've never been to Taos, but
Oh, Taos and Santa Fe are wonderful, and the lighting's amazing,
yeah.
especially in the fall. I guess they have these wooden canales to throw the water away from the base.
Hmm.
It came off the roof. And I don't know if this is there anymore. I think last time I went in that area, there was like a little strip mall or something where this was. But I like the "We'll build a suit" sign.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah. I
No
thought that
phone
was kinda-
number.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It's probably a local.
yeah. Next to this, there was a guy drying out and selling different skulls. I ended up getting a mule deer skull from him, and he warned me because the way they clean them out is they stick them on an anthill,
Oh,
Really?
clean out the inside of the skull. And he put it in a bag. He says, keep it in the bag if you're keeping it in your car, because it may have ants in it still. And it did. I left it outside in the sun in the bag, and they finally all died. But boy, there were a lot of ants still in it.
Mm.
That was kind of fun, though. And that's in the Taos Pueblo itself.
Nice
Wow.
shot, yeah.
Wow, that looks amazing.
No, thanks.
So those are ovens then, huh?
Yep, yep.
Wow.
Well,
I love the dog.
Yeah, the dog's great. It's
Do
like,
you have permission to take this photo?
no, it's more like come any closer and you're gonna be lunch. Yeah.
so these are ovens for what? For
Baking,
buttering? For baking?
yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Do you think it would be possible, or if there's anything behind it, if you could lighten the top part of that door where it's black, where the
Oh,
screen
here?
is? No, the blue door to the far right. I mean, the far left.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in there. I
Okay.
may pull it back to see, but I think it's
It'd be interesting to see because it's
yeah,
got a little
I'm sure there's plenty.
reflection.
Yeah, I'm sure there's
It's got a
plenty.
reflection.
Yeah, because I think that's all screen. I'm not
Looks
sure if
like
there's
it's
anything
screen,
where
yeah.
that's shut or not.
It almost looks like you can see through it to a table or something inside in that.
Yeah,
There's something in the
there.
window too.
Yeah, I think that's a reflection.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
guessing that's glass behind.
Glass.
Yeah, then it gets dark pretty quick. And I think there's like a little blind or something there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My eye just wants to see what's in there.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah, this back then they didn't mind you walking around. I went back there a couple of years ago and they weren't too happy to have you go anywhere except on the main roads and they were charging entrance fees to get in and more if you had a camera.
Mm.
So yeah, they've gotten quite commercial since back then.
Hmm.
Oh, and Al, this is Big Bend.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's that same canyon.
yeah, yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Pretty amazing place. Now this is after hiking in and looking back the other way.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, you get down from the high trail down, you walk through a bunch of reeds and forests here, and then you come out and then you're at the riverbank. So either you go in the river or turn around and go back. And then this was going up to the that upper campsite. They have two. One's like near the visitor center, and the other one's up this twisting highway that you can pretty much stay in second or third gear to get up there in an RV. It was kind of a long haul, but the trees were still turning. And this
It's
was
pretty up there though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. This was in December.
Wow.
See, these trees are still turning and stuff.
I like the guardrails.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty neat.
They're just at the right height. If you hit them, it just trips you
Yep.
and you flip over.
Yeah, yeah. It's like putting your foot out when someone's running. Just flip right over the side. Yeah, so yep, that's it.
Nice.
Cool.
It's interesting that you two guys both did the Big Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
call one another?
No, Al showed a shot last week and he was
Ah.
bringing some more. So I did some digging and found a couple as well. I'm wondering if it would